5 money myths keeping you poor.
Let's break these myths once and for all.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something that could literally be the difference between staying broke and actually building real wealth. I'm talking about 5 money myths that are keeping you poor. Yeah, you heard that right. These aren't just little mistakes or bad habits. These are full-blown lies that society has been feeding us for years, and they're sabotaging your financial future without you even realizing it. So if you've ever wondered why you feel stuck financially, even though you're working hard and trying to do the right thing, this video is for you. Stick around because I guarantee you believed at least one of these myths, and today we're going to bust them wide open. Let's get into it. But before we jump in, I need you to do something for me real quick. Think about the last time you said to yourself, I'll start saving when I make more money, or investing is only for rich people. If those thoughts have ever crossed your mind, you're definitely not alone. Millions of people tell themselves these exact same things every single day. And you know what? That's exactly why most people never escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. These myths are like invisible chains holding you back from the financial freedom you deserve. But here's the good news. Once you understand what these myths are and why they're wrong, you can finally break free. So let's do this. All right, myth number 1. I need a higher income to build wealth. This is hands down the most common myth out there, and honestly, it's the most dangerous one too. Because here's what happens. People convince themselves that they can't start building wealth until they get that promotion, or that raise, or until they land some six-figure job. They think, once I'm making more money, then I'll start investing. Then I'll start saving. Then I'll get serious about my finances. Sound familiar? But here's the brutal truth that nobody wants to hear. If you're not managing your money well right now, a higher income isn't going to save you. It's just going to mean more money slipping through your fingers. Think about it. How many stories have you heard about lottery winners who go broke? Or athletes and celebrities who made millions and ended up bankrupt? These people had massive incomes, way more than most of us will ever see, and they still lost it all. Why? Because wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and what you do with it. Let me give you a real example. Imagine 2 people. Person A makes $100,000 a year, but spends $95,000. Person B makes $50,000 a year, but only spends $35,000. Who's building more wealth? It's person B all day long. Because at the end of the year, person A saved $5,000 while person B saved $15,000. That's 3 times more, even though they're making half the income. See what I mean? The real secret to building wealth isn't about making more money. It's about developing the right habits. It's about living below your means, tracking your spending, automating your savings, and investing consistently. These habits work whether you're making $30,000 or $300,000. In fact, if you can master these habits on a smaller income, you'll absolutely crush it. When your income does increase. Because instead of lifestyle inflation kicking in and eating up all your raises, you'll be funneling that extra money straight into wealth-building activities. So stop waiting for some magical income level before you get serious about your money. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Because the truth is, the best time to start building wealth was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Now let's move on to myth number 2. Credit cards are bad. Oh man, this one gets people so fired up. And I totally understand why. Credit cards have destroyed so many people's finances. The average American has over $6,000 in credit card debt, and some people are drowning in way more than that. The interest rates are brutal. We're talking 20%, 25%, sometimes even 30% APR. It's insane. So I get why people say credit cards are evil, and you should cut them up and never use them. But here's the thing. That's like saying cars are bad because some people get in accidents, or that food is bad because some people overeat. Credit cards aren't inherently good or bad. They're a tool, and like any tool, they can help you or hurt you depending on how you use them. When used responsibly, credit cards can actually be incredibly powerful for building wealth. First off, they help you build credit. And good credit can save you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime through lower interest rates on mortgages, car loans, and other big purchases. Second, credit cards offer rewards. I'm talking cash back, travel points, sign-up bonuses. If you're paying off your balance in full every month, you're essentially getting free money for purchases you were going to make anyway. Third, credit cards offer better fraud protection than debit cards. If someone steals your debit card number and drains your checking account, that's your actual money that's gone until the bank sorts it out. With a credit card, it's the bank's money, and you're protected while they investigate. Plus, credit cards offer benefits like extended warranties, purchase protection, and travel insurance that can be really valuable. But, and this is a huge but, all of these benefits only work if you're using credit cards responsibly. That means never spending more than you can afford to pay off in full at the end of the month. The second you start carrying a balance and paying interest, you've lost the game. Those rewards you're earning, they're worthless compared to the interest you're paying. So the real lesson here isn't that credit cards are bad. It's that you need to be disciplined. If you know you can't control your spending with a credit card, then sure, maybe you shouldn't have one yet. But if you can treat it like a debit card, only spending money you actually have, then credit cards could be a powerful tool in your wealth-building arsenal. All right, let's hit myth number 3. You need perfect credit to invest. This one drives me crazy because it stops so many people from even getting started. They think, well, my credit score is only 650, so I guess I can't invest yet. I'll wait until I get it up to 750 or 800, and then I'll start. But here's what you need to understand. Your credit score has absolutely nothing to do with your ability to invest. Like literally nothing. When you open a brokerage account to buy stocks, they don't check your credit score. When you invest in index funds or ETFs, nobody cares about your credit. When you're putting money into a Roth IRA or a 401k, your credit score is completely irrelevant. Your credit score matters when you're borrowing money, getting a mortgage, taking out a car loan, applying for a credit card. That's when lenders look at your credit to decide if they want to lend to you and what interest rate to charge. But investing? That's you putting your own money to work. No credit check required. Now, I get where this myth comes from. Sometimes people confuse investing with certain types of real estate investing where you do need to borrow money. Or they think that because they have bad credit, they must be bad with money in general, so they shouldn't invest. But those are completely different things. The truth is, anyone can start investing right now, regardless of their credit score. You could have a 500 credit score and still open a Robinhood account or a Vanguard account and start buying stocks or index funds today. The barrier to entry has never been lower. You don't need perfect credit. You don't even need good credit. You just need to get started. And here's the thing. While you're working on improving your credit score, which is definitely something you should do, you can simultaneously be investing and building wealth. These aren't mutually exclusive activities. In fact, they should be happening at the same time. Because while good credit will save you money in the future on borrowed money, investing will actually grow your wealth and create more financial opportunities. So if you've been waiting for your credit to be perfect before you start investing, stop waiting. Start today. Open that account. Buy your first share. Get in the game. Because every day you wait is a day you're missing out on potential compound growth. Now let's talk about myth number 4. Renting is throwing money away. Oh man, this is one of the biggest myths in personal finance, and it causes so much financial stress for people. We've all heard it, right? Why would you rent when you could be building equity? You're just making your landlord rich. That rent money could be going toward a mortgage. And look, I understand the appeal of homeownership. There's something psychologically satisfying about owning your own place. And yes, over the very long term, homeownership can be a good financial move. But this idea that renting is automatically throwing money away, that's just not true. Let's break down what actually happens when you own a home. First, you've got your mortgage payment. But that's not all going toward equity, especially in the early years. A huge chunk of it is going to interest. Literally money that disappears just like rent, except you're paying it to a bank instead of a landlord. Then you've got property taxes, which can be thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars a year depending on where you live. You've got homeowners insurance. You've got HOA fees if you're in that kind of community. You've got maintenance and repairs. And trust me, stuff breaks all the time. New roof. That's $10,000 to $20,000. HVAC system dies, another $5,000 to $10,000. These aren't small expenses. When you add all of that up, the true cost of homeownership is way higher than just the mortgage payment. In many markets, especially expensive ones, you could actually save money by renting a comparable place. And that's before we even talk about opportunity cost. Here's what I mean. Let's say buying a house would require you to put down $50,000 as a down payment. If you rent instead and invest that $50,000 in the stock market, earning an average return of 10% per year, that money could grow significantly over time. Meanwhile, as a renter, you've got flexibility. You can move for a better job opportunity without worrying about selling a house. You're not tied down to one location. If the neighborhood goes downhill, you can leave. If your financial situation changes, you can downsize easily. None of this is to say that renting is always better than buying. It's not, but it's also not always worse. It completely depends on your situation, your financial position, your life stage, your career, the housing market in your area, how long you plan to stay in one place. Sometimes renting is the smarter financial choice, and that's okay. The real mistake is buying a house because you feel like you're supposed to, or because someone told you renting is throwing money away. That's how people end up house poor, spending so much on their mortgage and housing costs that they can't save, can't invest, and can't build wealth in other ways. So don't let this myth pressure you into a huge financial commitment before you're ready. All right, we've made it to myth number 5, and this might be the most harmful one of all. I can't invest because I don't have enough money. This myth has probably kept more people poor than any other on this list. Because people hear about investing and they picture Wall Street, wealthy people in suits, six-figure portfolios. They think you need thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to even get started. And so they never do. But here's the reality in 2024. You can start investing with literally $5. I'm not exaggerating. Apps like Robinhood, Public, Webull, and many others allow you to buy fractional shares. That means if a share of Amazon costs $150 and you only have $10, you can buy a fraction of a share. You own that piece of Amazon, and when it grows, your investment grows proportionally. This is revolutionary. 10 or 15 years ago, you really didn't need more money to invest effectively because you had to buy whole shares, and trading fees ate up small investments. But those barriers are gone now. We're living in the most accessible time in history to start investing. And yet people are still using this excuse. Let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. If you invest just $100 a month starting at age 25, and you earn an average return of 10% per year by the time you're 65, you'll have over $600,000. That's from investing just $100 a month. That's less than most people spend on eating out or streaming services or coffee. And yet that modest, consistent investment can turn into life-changing wealth. So if you've been telling yourself that you don't have enough money to invest, I want you to stop right now. That's just fear talking. That's the myth talking. The truth is you have enough. You just need to start. Open an account today. Invest $10. Then do it again next week. And a week after that. Build the habit. Get in the game. Because the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. And time is the most valuable asset you have when it comes to investing. All right, so there you have it. 5 money myths that are keeping you poor. Let's do a quick recap. Myth number 1, you need a higher income to build wealth. Wrong. You need better habits. Myth number 2, credit cards are bad. Wrong. They're a tool that can help you if used responsibly. Myth number 3, you need perfect credit to invest. Wrong. Your credit score has nothing to do with investing. Myth number 4, renting is throwing money away. Wrong. Sometimes renting is the smarter financial choice. And myth number 5, you can't invest without a lot of money. Wrong. You can start with literally just a few dollars. Now, here's what I want you to do. Pick one of these myths that you've been believing. Just one. And I want you to take action on it this week. If you've been waiting to invest, open an account and put in $10. If you've been avoiding credit cards, do some research on a beginner-friendly card with good rewards. If you've been feeling guilty about renting, run the numbers and see if buying actually makes sense for you right now. Take that first step, because knowledge without action is useless. These myths have been holding you back, but now you know the truth. You know what's possible. You know that building wealth doesn't require some magic income level or perfect circumstances. It just requires you to make smarter decisions with the money you have right now, today. So stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop letting these myths keep you stuck. Your financial future is in your hands, and it starts with the choices you make today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment and let me know which myth surprised you the most, or if there are other money myths you want me to bust in a future video. I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you guys. Until next time, stay smart with your money, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.